Welcome to the Holiday Podcast, where we sit over homemade challah on Friday afternoons. I'm your host, Tammy Priest, a Jewish follower of Jesus, and it's great to be with you again today as we talk about intersections between the Old and New Covenants. So as you may know, I've been spending time in the Psalms of Ascent, and those are the psalms that pilgrims would sing together on their journey to Jerusalem for the 3 pilgrimage feasts each year, the Feast of Booths, the Feast of Passover, and the Feast of Pentecost, or the Feast of Weeks. And the Levites also sang these 15 psalms at the temple during the feast, supposedly chanting one of these 15 psalms on each of the 15 temple steps. So I've been approaching the Psalms of Ascent from a little bit different perspective recently, taking them as a whole. And I mentioned last week that the whole message weaving through these psalms is drawing closer to God, overcoming the distance, both spatial and spiritual, between people and God. And this means that the grouping of these psalms was perfect for pilgrims to sing as they traveled to Jerusalem, because they were literally drawing closer to God, to the place where his Shekinah glory dwelled inside the very heart of the temple. So this week I've been thinking about this in a special way because our oldest is graduating from college on Sunday. And as I've reflected on his experience over these last 4 years and prayed about the next leg of his journey, I thought about the fact that no matter where he is on his pilgrimage of life, no matter where any of us are on our journey, and no matter what the milestones are, the song of our heart, like the pilgrim, should always be to be drawing closer to God, to be pilgrimaging toward God. That just like with all these psalmists who wrote these psalms, whether we're scared or we're feeling victorious, that we would keep moving closer to God. That whether we're confused or confident, that we would keep singing of God's faithfulness. And that whether the milestone we're marking is exciting, like graduation or baptism or marriage, or if it's painful, like death or divorce or a diagnosis, that milestone that marks our life in one way or another, I pray would lead us to lift our eyes to God and to keep drawing near. That's my prayer for our son as he graduates, for our daughter as she's not too far behind, and for me and for you, that we would never stop journeying toward Jerusalem, that incredible place where God chose for his name to dwell, first inside the Holy of Holies, and then out in the open as God made flesh in Jesus the Messiah, and ultimately for the whole world to behold on the cross of Jerusalem's hill. So on this Sabbath Eve, I pray that no matter the terrain or the weather or the milestone, I pray that we would each continue putting one foot in front of the other towards God every single day, and yes, on this challah day.